guys, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, it's great to meet you. I'm Stella, and today I'll show you how to make this miniature coffee shop for your dolls, complete with a removable roof, removable floors, and snap-on magnetic walls. As always, I'll have a bunch of free resources to help you make your own, and you'll find everything in the video, so now let's get started. I made the walls the same way I always do, so I'll go through this part quickly since I've covered it in detail in my previous Roombox tutorials. The basic idea is pretty simple. I start by cutting a piece of lightwood cardstock to the size and shape of the wall, including any openings for windows or doors. Then I use a bunch of square wood dowels to create a sort of grid that completely covers the cardstock base. I like using these because they're fairly inexpensive and much easier to cut than a wood or MDF panel. I use my laser cutter, but a small handsaw or even a good craft knife can do the job. This way I can create walls in virtually any shape and size I want. Next, I fill all the spaces between the dowels with pieces of corrugated cardboard to make the walls sturdier while keeping them pretty lightweight. And lastly, I cover the grid with another piece of cardstock. To make the bricks, I like to use a stencil and some spackle. It's so much easier and faster than cutting out each little brick from egg cartons, especially when you're working in Barbie scale like I do. As for the colors, I really love the look of exposed red bricks, so I use a mix of brown, red, and orange acrylic paints applied with a makeup sponge. To snap the walls together, I generally use magnets, and the idea is to add 3 or 4 magnets along the edges of the left and right walls, and along the corresponding sides of the front and back walls. I'll have the magnets I used linked in the description along with all the other main supplies I used for this project in case you want to get them, but if you can't, don't worry, you can also connect the walls using small cardstock brackets, and you can see how to make them in this video. And I always like to make my room boxes detachable, so you can take them apart and easily store them away whenever you need the extra space. Now that the base structure of the walls is ready, it's time to add the windows and door. The first thing you want to do is measure the length and the width of the top edge of the window opening. Then we'll cut 2 identical cardstock strips to the same size, and as usual I suggest using cardstock from old packaging for this. We'll glue the 2 strips together, then we'll make a second identical piece. Both pieces should be roughly 1 mm in thickness. We'll paint them black, and then we'll glue them to the wall. Next, we'll measure the sides of the window opening, and we'll cut 2 more 1 mm thick boards to that length. We'll paint them black, and we'll glue them to the wall. To make the window, we'll cut a piece of clear plastic, also from old packaging, to the same size as the inside of the window frame. We'll sandwich the plastic layer between 2 cardstock frames, and I went with a simple industrial style grid. And you can find a printable template for both this window and the door we'll make in a moment, linked at the end of the video. If you prefer a digital template to cut with a cutting machine like a Cricut, a Silhouette, or an M1 Ultra like mine, you can find it in my shop, linked in the description. Finally, we'll cut a few more strips of cardstock. We'll paint them black, and we'll glue them to the indoor side of the walls this way. Now for this little coffee shop, I chose to make fixed windows, but if you'd like to create a window that actually opens, you can learn how to make one in this video. Next, let's make a working door. We'll start by cutting this part twice, and we'll glue the 2 sides together. The resulting board should be 1 mm thick and the same width and length as the top edge of the door opening. We'll paint it black, and we'll glue it to the wall. We'll do the same for these parts. Next, we'll cut this part and we'll stack multiple layers together until we have a final piece that's roughly 3 mm thick. We'll paint the frame with acrylics. Then we'll make another identical one. We'll do the same for this part. Then we'll glue the 4 frames to 2 pieces of clear plastic this way. We'll combine the two panels together. Then we'll cut these parts and we'll assemble them like this. We'll paint the resulting piece black. And then we'll make a second identical one. We'll glue the two pieces to each side of the door. Then we'll cut this part from metallic cardstock, and pro tip, you can often find this in food packaging. We'll glue the two tiny pieces here and here. And this is completely optional, but I used a marker to draw a little keyhole. Next, we'll need a couple of tiny hinges like these. I'll link the ones I use in the description, but alternatively, you can make your own using cardstock and metal wire. I'll include the pattern in my template just in case. We'll glue the hinges to the door frame first, and since I've been asked this quite often, this is the glue I use for this. It's slow drying glue, which is usually a little annoying, but it's actually a great feature if you, let's say, glue the hinges in the wrong direction. Could happen, you know, not to me, but it could. Finally, we'll glue the door in place. To make a handle, we'll cut this part a few times and we'll stack all the layers together until we have a final piece that's 3 millimeters thick. We'll do the same for this part, and we'll assemble the 3 elements like this. We'll paint the resulting piece with acrylics. And then we'll glue it to the door. We'll have to make a second matching handle, and I attached mine with a little poster putty instead of glue so I can remove it whenever I store the walls flat. And if you prefer to make a more traditional handle, you can see how to do that here. Finally, we'll cut these strips and we'll glue them around the door this way. Now that the walls are complete, let's make the floor and roof. I made both pretty much the same way as the walls, using cardstock and with dowels. The only difference is that I left an empty space around the edges of the floor panel, and this is where we'll slot the walls into place. I painted this outer frame with acrylics. Then I covered the inner part of the floor panel with one of my printable floor designs. For the roof, I glued a few more dowels and these square wooden beads to the ceiling side to mimic exposed ceiling beams, and to be honest, I only used the beads because the dowels weren't long enough on their own, but I kinda love how they turned out. And these beams aren't just there to look pretty, they also provide some extra grip to help keep the roof in place. Then I added a few more dowels onto the top side of the roof and some big barbecue skewers along the edges, just to add some extra dimension and make the roof a bit more interesting. And finally, I painted it black to match the roof color. To make a couple of simple skylights, I started by cutting and painting a few craft sticks, and if you don't have craft sticks on hand, you can simply use cardstock like we did for the door and windows. I glued the painted craft sticks to these holes in the roof. And finally, I covered the resulting frames with the windows, made as always from clear plastic, sandwiched between 2 cardstock layers. It's finally time to add some fun details to the facade of our tiny cafe. For starters, we can add a nice trim around the base of the walls. I used a simple strip of cardstock, painted with acrylics. Next, we can add a few decorative brackets under the roof. To make them, we'll simply cut this part several times, and I used plywood to speed things up, but cardstock works just as well. Just make sure you stack enough layers to make the brackets nice and chunky. When they're ready, we'll just glue the brackets to the walls. Now let's add a little window decal to the door. I cut mine into adhesive paper, and I'll include a design in my digital template if you want to use it. If you're cutting by hand, you can print this little label and use that instead. To make a little open-closed sign, we'll simply print this part and we'll glue the two sides together, adding a little piece of sewing thread in the middle. And to hang the sign, I made a tiny hook using a jewelry pin and some UV resin. I also made a tiny push-pull sticker to place by the door handles. Next, let's make an awning. We'll start by cutting these parts, and this one should be long enough to match the length of your windows or door. We'll cover all the parts with fabric, and since I didn't have any in the right color, I painted it with acrylics. I also used my M1 Ultra to print a little logo here for a fun extra detail. We'll fold all the parts like this. Then we'll assemble the three pieces together this way. To attach the awning to the wall, we'll start by piercing the back of the awning with a needle. Then we'll pierce the wall in the same spots. And finally, we'll use a few thumbtacks to secure the awning in place. And our tiny magnetic Roombox / dollhouse is ready. I'll be turning mine into a cozy little coffee shop, but what would you use yours for? Let me know. As promised, here's the link to the free printable templates, and if you want to make some furniture to fill this room box, you should watch this video next. And this is all for today. Until next time, bye!